Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together a quick video on the Microtech Sigil. This is the factory or mid-tech version of the custom sigil made by Anthony Marfione. Didn't expect that I was going to be working on any more of these. I got my first one and sold it to one of my VIP customers right off the bat about, well, a number of months ago. I had purchased it way back in April, got it all anodized, got it apart, and the tool that I had purchased to take them apart and put them back together just broke and broke and broke. So here I was left with a really cool knife that I couldn't get back together. So of course I had to really eat crow and go one step further and send it back to Microtech to have them put it back together. Well, I vowed that if I was gonna do another one of these, that I would customize a tool that would help me get this proprietary hardware off. And as you can see, I actually got them apart, anodized, and back together, and they are running nice and smooth. So really happy with these. I don't believe I might be stretching a little bit by saying there's probably nobody else doing these. There might be a couple other people doing them here and there. I did a search on the internet and the only ones that I could find with color were the custom version. So this is the mid-tech version. Very big difference in pricing. I'll be selling these for $410, $415, somewhere in that range. I believe the standard price on these are $290, so there is some markup there, but like I said, this was a lot of work. Made up a tool that actually works to get them apart. Still a nail biter getting these things back together. But as you can see, look at the extra life that the color breathes into these. These were all the apocalyptic stone wash, so really heavy stone washed. So I kind of stayed in that theme. We'll go ahead and hit each one kind of one at a time. But all three of these have been anodized, the base colors. Then we did a nice heavy stone wash and hit it with a bronze after the stone wash. We did do the back spacers and the pocket clips on all of these bronze as well, just because it really kind of went with the theme. Matches that copper pretty nicely that's up here in the pivot that holds that pivot screw in place. Really cool design. I like these. These are definitely a cool looking knife. Let's go ahead and hit them one at a time real fast. So this one is a really nice purple. Of course, with that stone wash, and then bronze after the stone wash. So you're getting a little bit of blue in the video, but it is really a purple knife. The other one is blue with some purple hue to it, but this is definitely a purple knife with a nice bronze stone wash. And there's that back spacer. I love how they did the cutouts in it, the offsets, so you can see down through. And the nice pocket clip. Pocket clip has two screws coming from the underside of the handle. Again, with the proprietary screws holding this thing all together. Now I did think it was kind of interesting. When I took all of these apart, none of these were Loctited in. They were really loose. And when you look at some of the tools that are on the market, if it's not really loose, they break the tips right off the tools in a heartbeat. That's what happened the first time I did it. So then you got the big triangle on this side. Again, you got your heavy bronze stone wash. That copper cutout holding the pivot in place on this side, and more of that proprietary hardware going on. I Loctited everything coming back in. This is not something that should come loose on you. when I got this apart, you do have bearings in the pivot. Now I believe there's like 6 bearings in each side of the little bearing wafer that's in this. They're fairly small bearings. They're not the biggest in the world in comparison to some of the other companies out there, but still, I mean, it flips nicely. It's not one that I think after you play with it more, you'll be able to get that blade to drop, but I haven't played with these at all. Really just did the work, put them right back together, and got them ready to go. As you can see, this one was born 10/17. You are the M390 steel Sigil MK6. So very cool looking. I got them centered up pretty nicely. That one centers up pretty good. I heard some complaints about late lockup on these. Definitely not the case. You're looking at like a 5% lockup. So as you flip it, you get a 5% lockup. Yeah, see, that's not going anywhere. The more you flip it, it's going to work its way over a little bit. I like to see that. And there you go. You hear that it's locking up. So there's no question as to whether that's locking up. Definitely locked up. Good feeling knife in the hand. I know there were some complaints about some mid-tech pocket clips not going there. This one, there ain't nothing to complain about there. Some nice jimping up high. Let's go ahead and hit some of the overall specs. This is the well, I guess it's the second video I've done on these, but the first one with many of these knives. Overall length is 8.75 inches. The blade is the 3.75 inches of that M390. Of course, you got the Wharncliffe hollow ground edge on it. And the handle length is 4.5 inches. Overall weight on this knife is 5.2 ounces. And because of the way the pocket clip's done, screws through the other side, it's milled out to seat the base of that pocket clip. It is a right hand only, tip up carry, and the designer is, let's see, Derek Monroe. So that's not a name that I've heard a whole lot, but it's a really cool design. So I'll have to look into him, see what kind of stuff he's making, but I like that design. I like the cutouts, gives it kind of a spine feeling across the back. So pretty cool looking designs, cool looking knives. Now, there you go. You got a high voltage blue that definitely has some purple hues running through it. Same deal. Bronze backspacer, bronze pocket clip, and all your setup. You got the copper. I really like copper components on knives. I like the way they look. Again, manufactured 10/17, serial number 1514. Lockup again is very nice and early, not coming down on you. So, kind of quiet flippers. They don't lock in real loud, but they're definitely good and locked in. So not an issue there. You got plenty of room for that to wear and creep over a little bit as you flip it and flip it and flip it. This one is centered up pretty nicely. Might be a hair to this side. That was one of the complaints about this knife when it first came out, was some of them weren't centered. I do my best to center everything the best I can when I put them back together. So there you go. That one falls a little bit better than that purple one. So definitely very cool look. That high voltage blue with the bronze stonewash. Pretty sharp looking. I did a lot of buffing on these knives. That heavy apocalyptic look that they put in there, it really, really does take a lot to buff it out. And so much so that I really couldn't get away with just going the straight color. I had to do my bronze stone wash on it to take it back. So you got some really nice color. Bronze stone wash. The proprietary screws are all steel, so there's no anodizing those. Flips great. Really happy with that one. This next one, pretty sharp looking. It is a two-tone. My VIP customer got a green and blue two-tone. This is green with a purple blue hue on the flat. So I sanded that, hit it with a purple blue, and then again did that bronze stone wash to give you a more rustic look. This one's got a shiny spot on the copper, is what it is. Probably darken up as you play with it. Get your fingerprints and all that kind of good stuff on there. So you got that blue with the purple kind of shooting through it. Purple's up here, blues, purple's here, and kind of runs back with the bronze pocket clip and all that good stuff again. We do throw lanyards on almost all of our knives. If you don't like it, just go ahead and cut it off. They are made onto the knife so you don't get that ugly knot. So we give you that custom fit on, or custom feel and fit on the lanyard. This one, lockup is a slight bit later, probably 10-15%, maybe even pushing 20, but still nice early lockup, nowhere near the 50% mark. Steel on steel, has a good feel in the hand, got that jimping up here. Really sharp looking knives. I really like being able to add some color to it. So this one, I try to look at the tip on the back spacer. It is a slight bit over to this side, but really not bad. Nowhere near rubbing or anything like that. You can see that back spacer through there. You can see the light all the way through. So really cool. I like the design. Love the way they turned out. Hoping I get some of you hardcore Microtech fans that want to go ahead and jump in and grab these. So that's really where I'll go ahead and end this one. Got quite a few different things coming out, trying to pick up some new different stock, and these are definitely 3 that fit in that category. So if you're into Microtech, like the sigil design, go ahead and grab one of these for a one-of-a-kind custom feel. Thank you for checking our video out. Please check the website out. These will be posted. Actually, these will be posted by the time this video comes out, so check them out. www.jdcutlery.com. Also on Instagram at jdcutlery. We do take pictures of every knife we do and post it on Instagram, and I do my best to do videos of almost everything we work on as well. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.